Among the mighty gods of Olympus, there was one who needed no lightning bolts or war chariots. A single glance from her could wither crops and plunge the world into famine. She is Demeter, the goddess of grain, fertility, and life itself. Demeter was the daughter of Kronos and Rhea, and sister to Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon. Like her siblings, she was swallowed by Kronos at birth and later rescued when Zeus overthrew their tyrant father. After the great Titanomachy, while other gods chose thrones in the heavens or oceans, Demeter walked the earth among mortals, bringing growth and abundance wherever she stepped. It was Demeter who taught mankind how to cultivate the land, to sow seeds, to wait, to harvest. Wheat, barley, and all the fruits of the earth were her gifts. While other gods demanded temples of marble and offerings of blood, Demeter simply asked for respect for the land. Every field was her altar, every farmer her devotee. She didn't just give food. She gave humanity stability, civilization, and the rhythm of seasons. The Greeks honored Demeter with deep reverence. Among the most famous rites was the Thesmophoria, a mysterious women-only festival celebrating fertility and the earth's cycles. The rituals were secret, but historians believe they involved offerings of pigs, symbolic bread shaped like snakes, and even phallic symbols representing the union of life and death, growth and decay. To please Demeter was to ensure a rich harvest. To anger her was to starve. Demeter's life wasn't only tied to crops. She had love stories, heartbreak, and divine children. One of her lovers was Iasion, a mortal demigod. They made love in a golden field under the twilight sky, but when Zeus found out, he struck Iasion down with lightning. Out of jealousy, or perhaps because no one touched what belonged to the gods. From this union, Demeter bore Plutos, the god of wealth, and Philomelos, the god of livestock. But another story was darker. When Poseidon pursued Demeter, she fled and transformed herself into a mare. Poseidon, not to be denied, turned into a stallion and violated her. From this brutal encounter were born Despoina, goddess of mysteries, and Arion, the immortal talking horse who ran faster than the wind. But Demeter's greatest love was her daughter Persephone. The girl was her light, her shadow, her joy. Together, they wandered the fields, blessing the earth with flowers and food. Where Persephone danced, lilies bloomed. Where Demeter laughed, wheat grew tall. The earth itself breathed with. But in the depths of the underworld, Hades desired Persephone. When Demeter refused to marry her daughter into death, Hades conspired with Zeus. One day, as Persephone picked flowers, the ground split open. Hades emerged in his black chariot and seized her, dragging her down into the shadows. The world above didn't hear her scream. Demeter searched. For 9 days she wandered without rest. She lit no fire, drank no water. Mortals saw her pass in silence, cloaked in black, eyes full of storm. When she learned the truth, her grief turned to fury. She withdrew from Olympus. She let the fields rot, the rivers dry, the animals starve, the earth turned gray. Humanity cried out, but no harvest came. Without Demeter, there was no life. Finally, Zeus intervened. If all humanity perished, the gods would lose their worshippers. A deal was struck. Persephone would spend part of the year with Hades and part with Demeter. When mother and daughter reunite, the world blossoms. Spring is born. When they part, Demeter mourns, and the land falls into winter. And so the seasons began. not just as changes in weather, but echoes of a mother's eternal love and sorrow. Even now, when the flowers bloom and the air warms, some say it is because Demeter and Persephone are together again, walking the fields, smiling, and making the earth sing. And so ends the story of Demeter, not just a goddess of grain, but the heart of the earth itself. Through love, loss, and divine fury, she shaped the seasons and reminded the gods that even immortals are not immune to sorrow. If you enjoyed this journey into ancient myth, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more stories from the world of Olympus. Which god or goddess should we uncover next? Let us know in the comments. Your voice helps keep these legends alive. Until then, may your harvests be rich and your stories even richer.